Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SDN for Season 4, Round 6 at the Austrian Grand Prix. Sorry, let me do the intro again. I wasn't quite ready. I was just saying random things. But anyways, welcome back to SDN for Season 4, Round 5 here at the Belgian Grand Prix. My name is Indigo, and I will be your commentator tonight, taking you through this long qualifying and the short race we have ahead of us. A 50% race we had here at the Belgian Grand Prix yesterday, and it was a fantastic race that was as well to look out for, as it was wet, transferred into dry. The qualifier session as well, that also was influenced by the wet conditions, but here it looks like it's a dry qualifier session for the time being. I'm sure every single driver will be happy. So I'm not quite sure who's not out of Q1, because I did join midway through, so apologies. But Enzo Max, who is out there in the Ferrari, unfortunately seems to be struggling on his tour around here. So he's invalidated his lap times, and he's got 7 minutes left to go in this session then. As I hope you're doing well, mate. Hopefully I've pronounced your name right as well, because I know the G is a bit different there. But Enzo is backed off. He's run out of fuel as well, so be very careful not to make contact with anybody or get in anybody's way. Ninja, that's what I'm going to call him, goes up into P3 with a 42.4, and nice to see a lot of people joining as well. So unexpectedly, a lot of people are joining this stream, as it was very late indeed. I apologise about the delay. I wasn't expecting it. I got caught up and stuff, but I'm here now to escort you all through this race, and we'll see then what happens in this race, as we see Ninja then make his way towards the end of the first setup. Of course, he's just finished his flying lap on those set of soft compound tyres. As High says Gabriel is winning, so let's see if that's true or not, as Polly makes his way towards the top of Eau Rouge and Radion then, and let's see how he does on his flying lap. Quickly down in P13 in the Aston Martin, hasn't set a lap time just yet, so he hasn't got really a reference on the board, but he now heads towards in the first set. So with a 30.9, he goes a bit wide through turn 4, turn 5, and headed through turn 6 right now, as we enter the top of the hill, headed down here into Bruxelles. This can be a tricky corner indeed, as Dean says hello. How are you doing, mate? Hopefully you're alright. As you can see, Polly used the outside curb there to just try and open up the entry towards No Name, as we head down now towards Pilm. We go in 7th gear, carrying great speed through the corner, as we continue rolling down towards the final chicane, which can be also very difficult. Can be a tricky one, this one. A little complex of two corners, as Good Games NL. How are you, mate? Nice to see you in the chat. Hopefully you're doing alright. As the Aston Martin then makes his way towards turn 14. A bit of a wobble on going out there. I remember Kevin Magnussen back in 2020, when he went out there. Way went out there as well. Carlos Sainz also struggled with turn 14 when he stayed out there on the old hard compound tyres. The same strategy, I think, as Max Verstappen. As we see Polly coming towards Blanchimont right now, and we're heading down towards the bus of chicane. So let's see then, as he stamps the brakes into third gear, can he hook it up in these final two corners? The main target for him is getting to the top 10, and can he do that? Yes, he can. He puts his Aston Martin to P5, just behind Happy Meal in P4. So the two Aston Martins looking very strong. As we see the rest of the competitors out there, David is yet to set a lap time. Timmy Boy, Enzo Max, and Heis in P15 yet to set a lap time there in the Red Bull. So it looks like those guys are struggling for the time being, but they've got 4 minutes left to do something about it, as David, a 40.5 in middle sector. I'm quite sure if that is representative or not, but we'll see then, as he continues making his way towards Blanchimont, a famous corner where we saw young Max Verstappen in his rookie days overtake Felipe Nasser around the outside and completed the move in the Buster chicane. Here we are then, the Buster chicane, has been made most famous for in the past with contact with Sebastian Vettel, Jensen Button back in 2010, as David crossed the line now, goes up into P5, splits both Aston Martins, and is he safely through there? I'm not quite sure, because anything can happen with these qualifying times. Timmy Boy cuts the beam, goes up into P7 with a 42.8. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite see what he could have done in yesterday's race in Tier 1, because I know he had a lot of internet connection issues as well. So couldn't quite see what he could have done, as Highs now making his way towards No Name. He goes, swings the car through in fourth gear, carrying great speed as we go downhill towards Puon. And now let's see how he takes this corner here. Antonio Giovinazzi famously crashed in 2019 on the last lap when Lewis Hamilton was trying to chase down Charles Leclerc. It was Charles Leclerc's first race win in 2019 for Ferrari and in his career, and that meant a great deal as well, because a great driver, a legend of the sport, Antoine Hubert, sadly passed away in 2019, and what a race that was for Charles Leclerc to deliver under pressure in his first year of Ferrari to defend from Lewis Hamilton, a 7-time world champion indeed. Talk about Ferrari, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc will be partners going in towards 2025. I can't wait to see how that goes down. In my personal opinion, I think Leclerc will have the edge on Hamilton. As we head out the final corner then, Hayes coming towards the line, goes up into P9 just ahead of his Red Bull teammate by under 0.2 of a second. So just on the cusp there of being eliminated, but will that be enough as other people looking very strong indeed? We've got FaZe Dennis, another driver that appeared yesterday in Division 1's race. So as he makes his way now towards the end of the first sector, let's see if he's up or down. He is currently 0.2 up, so that's a great improvement already as he makes his way now through these sequence of corners. One leads after another, carrying great speed. It's so easy to lose the rear end of the car. As we head down towards turn 8 we go. Locks up on the brakes, but back of the throttle now. Headed towards turn 9 in No Name, flicking through 5th gear. A lot of steered input implemented as well as he heads now towards P1 we go. Let's see how he takes it. Will it be a lift off? Yes, there will. Some people have the confidence to go flat out. Some people do lift off. It all depends if you have the confidence or the setup. This one for me, personally, I find challenging. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe because I'm on a pad, I just can't seem to get a good flow, a good rhythm through that corner. And FaZe Dennis is 0.7 up in that middle sector. This is going to be enough to put himself inside that top 10, all-important top 10. There is 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go on the clock then. So let's see if FaZe Dennis can keep it up. Most importantly, in the finals of corners, he can't afford to throw all away his good work as he heads down now towards the finals of corners we go. Timmy Boy says he's ashamed. He's currently down in P7 as FaZe Dennis now cuts the beam. It's P5 with a 42.5. So both Hassers are inside Q2, but is that going to be the case? Because LS3 is on a flying lap. I think both Red Bulls are also going for a flying. Ryan there is now as I mentioned, is coming through the final chicane. Both Red Bull drivers are out there, but I don't think Hayes is on a lap time. He might have another lap time yet in him. Energy Boy Netherlands in P12 on PC or Xbox as he makes his way now towards the final chicane. Enzo Max is out there, headed towards the Kemmel Straight, where we saw that famous overtake from Sebastian Vettel back in 2018. As we've watched now the Red Bull and the Kickstarter. Watch the Red Bull go through first as he's coming closer towards the line. Here he is then, negotiating his way around the final corner. So let's see if he can try and get himself inside the top 10, and he does. And he goes up into P3, so he's comfortably safe as guys behind have retired. And let's see if anybody else is a threat. Energy Dan, who's already lost his deployment already in the before the Boston chicane, so used a lot of battery in the early stages, and now bites back towards the end as Energy Boy now across the line stays P12 and doesn't improve. Timmer, is currently up or down in the first sector by 0.03 of a second there, so needs to find a bit more time. Where's Enzo Max? Enzo Max is now headed towards the end of the middle sector. 14.8, that's 0.3 slower than what I've seen so far, so I don't think this lap could be enough to get himself inside the top 10. We'll see, can he do it? As this is his final chance, final opportunity, try and get himself inside the top 10. And let's see if he could do it then as he makes his way now towards the final two corners. Deployment's been used as we head in towards the braking zone. Goes a bit wide, but let's see if he can try and hook it up nice on the exit as he makes his way now towards the line. Goes or stays or up into P13 just ahead of his teammate, but Timmer is on a flyer. Let's see if this is enough as he makes his way towards the line. It is. Goes up into P9. Elsewhere, we've got LS3. LS3 unfortunately has invalidated. Hayes is up in the middle sector by 0.07 of a second. His teammate, though, has made a big mistake, I think. Let's see what happened to him. Has he spun? He has. His teammate spun in the background, and that's his lap time done and dusted. But that is Ravon in P3, who went for a spin, and he lost his end play too. So on board with the other Red Bull driver to see if he could try and get himself inside the top 10, and more importantly, try and take Paul away as well. Here he is, heading towards the bus chicane, going in the gear, just being very careful on the throttle as he gets on the final corner. Let's see if this is enough from the Red Bull driver. It isn't, as he stays in P12 then. So that's qualifying and done and dusted for you. Sheepy Gamer is first place with a 42.1, separated by 200ths of a second. They're just under by Stefan in P2, as Ravon is P3. I hope I pronounced your name right. By the way, guys, if I don't pronounce your name right, please do forgive me. As an Englishman, it is quite difficult to do so, but if you tell me, I'm pretty sure I can do it. But that's qualifying under dusted for you, and we're going into Q3. As a 5-place grid penalty has been given to Polly in P6 then, so P7 is at his best, where he could start. But the people who have been knocked out is NS3, Chais, Energy Boy, Iwaldi and Enzo Max. Those guys have been eliminated from Q2. They cannot take further part. They have to watch to the sidelines like me. And let's see then what the top 10 is going to be like heading towards Q3. So Q3 is underway. Nice and sunny conditions here in Spa-Francorchamps because the weather can play a big factor in the Ardennes Forest. Rain is a massive influence on this circuit, and it changes things up and spices things up as well. Also cancels the races. As we remember back in 2021, when it was a wet qualifier session and a wet race, but unfortunately we had about 2-3 laps under a safety car in 2021. I know Milan Langer, the Div 1 commentator, Tier 1 commentator with me, also went to that race in 2021. No refund on that day, so I felt sorry for those guys that went to Belgium in 2021 to watch this race. It was Verstappen who won ahead of George Russell, and Lewis Hamilton finished in P3. And we saw Lando Norris crash in Eau Rouge and Raidillon that year as well. Thankfully he was okay, as we see that the Haas is then on our lap, as we got more people exiting the pit lane to go for a lap then. So these guys, let's see then who has saved a set of soft compound tyres, because usually you get 2 sets of softs into Q3, but that all depends though if you're good at setting your lap times quick and early and save a set of soft compound tyres, because some people, they go for multiple runs on a don't have an extra set into Q3 because they've used it in Q2, tried to get into Q3. And for those people that can hook up a lap immediately and get themselves into Q3, that benefits them because they have 2 runs at it. So therefore, they're not under massive pressure, as they've got 2 runs at the cherry of the cake. But we'll see then who has the set of soft compound tyres. I think I could probably tell who has or not because of the lap tyres they might set. So let's see then who's on a used and who's on a new set of soft compound tyres. People like Stefan, who's got great pace, should have 2 sets, but sometimes in qualifying they like to save a set during the race, just in case they use it, because I know the strategy is, I think it's soft and medium or mediums to softs. I know usually in most cases the strategy is mediums hards or hards mediums for a variety of the tracks, but this one is different, as we see Timmy Boy exited turn 1, got into Q3 today after he got knocked out in Q1 yesterday. So he climbs towards Eau Rouge and Raidillon as the cars follow him behind, and he might punch air in the hole. Sorry, I'm struggling to speak. He might I'm not even bother saying that. But anyways, here comes Timmy Boy coming towards the end of the first sector. As you can see, the Mercedes just behind us. It's a 31.0. I'm not quite sure if that's a good or not. But here comes Ninja now. It's a 30.8. So Ninja is 2/10 quicker than Timmy Boy in P5 alone in the first sector. It looked like a decent first couple of corners for Timmy Boy. But it looks like that's good boy, says SDN. How are you doing, mate? Are you alright? Nice to see you in the chat. I don't know if you're saying that to me or not, but thank you so much for saying that. But anyways, here comes Timmy Boy coming towards P1 now as he makes his way towards the final chicane. And on his MFD, he's only fueled the car for one lap only. So this is his one lap push as he has a massive moment out of the final chicane there. So that'll definitely compromise him in this middle sector. 40.2 in the middle sector. Let's see what Ninja does as he goes off, and he's in the wall. I'm not quite sure what happened there to Ninja, but unfortunately I think he skated on the outside curb, or he must have lost it as he left the session. Wow, he's gone. Ninja has gone. Now Timmy Boy makes his way down towards that bust of chicane, and let's see what he could do then. This is going to be the first lap on the board, as we're about to find out what it is right now at 42.3. That's the lap time the rest of the drivers have to beat in this qualifying session to take pole. So the Aston Martin then is next up. Let's see what he could do, followed by an Alpine. Is that Stefan down there? Let's see what happens going towards the line. And not a representative lap time as Stefan goes quickest with a 41.8 as the Haas in the background. Three separated by only 300ths of a second there, so 5 margins between the Haas boys. Stefan is currently leading the championship so far in Division 2, so let's see if he can keep it up. As Sheepy Gamer, the man that was quickest in Q2, has lost his end plate, both of them, so he's wingless, unfortunately for him. And I'm not quite sure what happened to him, but somewhere on that lap, he's made contact with the wall or somebody else. So a trip to the pits is necessary on the back foot already because he don't have a banker, does he? So that would definitely put him at a disadvantage in comparison to the rest of the drivers. ART David then making his way towards the final two corners. Let's see what he's got to offer in the RB. As now he opens up the DRS as we head down towards turn 1. I cannot wait to see what happens in this race. It's going to be very interesting, of course, because we've got the long straight, the DRS, and we've got to see plenty of battles. Are there any seats left for the race? I think there is one more. I'm not quite sure, but I was about to say message to Fab, but you can't. Message, who was it? Not Timmy Boy, because he's also here. Somebody's just joined. That's Voski, or Vosk, who has just joined the session. So I'm not quite sure if there is any seats left or not, but if there is, who should you message? I'm not quite sure. I can't really add you because I don't have you as a friend, and I'm not allowed to. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to add you because I'm just a commentator. I'm not quite sure what the lineup is here tonight, so apologies. But you got 6 minutes to try and message somebody about it, and hopefully you can get in. But ALT, the more the merrier, as I say. More drivers, the better. As ART David then flicks it in towards P1 he goes. Now head to his Stavolo as he has a lock up on the inside front there. Goes a bit wide but hooks up in the second part. Wagwan to you too, mate. How are you? As Vocus left the session, here comes ART David in the sector. 40.3. That's a decent middle sector I've seen so far. And that's the best middle sector I've witnessed. So let's see then. Let's see if ART David has got anything in his disposal to try and take Paul away from Stefan, and the two Hasses in second and third place as he now makes his way towards the bottom chicane. This can be very difficult because you're arriving in very hot with the tyres with a lot of energy as well. As we make our way towards the final corner with the DRS wide open, ALT David across the line as he goes up into P4 just behind the two Hasses there. So majority of our competitors are in the pit lane waiting for the final stages here in qualifying. Whilst it's quite quiet on the track, I will read you the championship standings. So Stefan is currently leading with 59 points. Gabriel is second with 43. I'm not quite Sven. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to invite you, mate, because I'm a tier 1 commentator that was brought into tier 2 in the last minute. So I don't want to invite you and get in trouble. You've got to have confirmation first. I have no idea what the driver lineup is. But as I was reading the championship out, Gabriel in P2 with 43 points. He's currently 60 points behind Stefan. Dennis in third place with 36 points, 1 point ahead of Christian in fourth place. Is Christian here? I'm not quite sure. But Damien, Enzo is P5. We saw Enzo get knocked out at Q2, so Enzo's on the back foot here in Belgium. As he could got 31 points, 4 behind Christian and far behind Dennis. Damien's P6 ahead of Timmy Boy. Davido in P8 ahead of Luke. F1 Thomas and P10 Highs in 11th place. Match with Marcus with 10 points. Julian in 30 ahead of Timmer. News in 15, D in 16th. Nackworth in P17. Leonard, Sam and Alexi that round off the top 20 as we got other people further down as a reserve as well. So I think that Happy Meal and Polly are reserve drivers because it says here Damien and Christian are the ones that currently P4, P6 in the Constructors. Drivers Championship. In the Constructors, it's Alpine leader by 2 points ahead of Aston Martin. Haas a third. And it's super tight between Haas, Aston Martin and Alpine. They're separated by 4 points, the top 3. So all to play for. So far it's advantage Haas, I dare say, despite Stefan on pole, because both Haas's can work together to try and dethrone Stefan. As here is phased in this talk about one of the Haas's who came out relatively early, with 3 minutes left to go in this session. So coming out earlier means you risk going into traffic on your flying lap, as the rest come out very shortly. And the reason why he's done this is because just in case he validates his first lap, he's always got a second lap to try and take pole, because usually the people that struggle to do a flying lap and they need a second lap just in case. So I think he's got the fuel card for more than 1 lap just in case that happens. But Phase Dennis then now opens the DRS as we head down towards the first braking source into La Source. As we enter turn 1, then in third gear, back to the throttle using the curb on the outside 2 for support as he leads on it. As we head now towards Eau Rouge and Radion. Who's that ahead of us? And that's his Haas teammate then. So I thought that the RP was playing mind games there, trying to get in the way of the Haasers. And here comes Dennis then with the DRS wide open. Love this slipstream given by Timmy Boy in P2, orchestrated really well as he pulls out the way. It's a 30.8. He's only a tenth up in the first sector despite a slipstream, as he used the curves very nicely there. Good curve usage in that first sector at the top of the com. Heading down towards Brussels now, into 4th gear he goes as he just... look at that lovely exit as we now make our way to No Name. Just a slight lift off there. No need to brake as we head down towards. I was doing races like this ages ago when I was on the PlayStation 4 and in the league. As very interesting there, mate. As Phase Dennis comes towards Stavolo, as you can see, flicking in on the outside. Timmy Boy isn't reacted. Yeah, the reason why he isn't reacting because he's qualifying right now. Here he is, Timmy Boy in P2. Hopefully, well, it's going to be a bit difficult now to get his attention because he's going to be focused on his flying lap. But here's Phase Dennis, 3 tenths up in the middle sector. This could be, maybe he needs to have a bit more time in the last sector if he wants to secure pole. As he heads to Blanchimont, a flat out left-hander. There should be no problems at all, even though Valtteri Bottas did spin there back in 2018. As we see Phase Dennis then negotiate the final 2 corners with the DRS wide open. The battery being used as he crosses the line now. It's P3, or P2, sorry, with a 41.9, just a tenth shy of Stefan. Stefan is currently going for a flying lap in the Alpine. As we head down towards turn 1, we go in 3rd gear, use the curve very nicely, cuts the inside curb as we get back on the throttle once again. Timmy Boy is also on a flying lap, but there's the Haas of Phase Dennis who will give Timmy Boy a slipstream as we climb towards Eau Rouge and Radion in 8th gear. Oh, Stefan has invalidated on the exit of Radion, and he is going to be absolutely kicking himself with that one because it's very uncommon to do so. But here comes both Haasers then in the slipstream of each other. Timmy Boy is 300 up in the first sector as he enters the com in 5th gear. Nice flow, nice rhythm going into the corners there as he balances the throttle going towards turn 4, 5 and 6. As we head down now towards Lafarge, locks up, goes a bit wide as he takes a wider angle going out there. Let's see if that helps him or not, or loses time. But some people then like to take a wider angle. It's like a bit like Brooklyn's really, or Luffield, sorry, as they take to go in the middle of the road, try and up to the exit of Luffield. As we now head towards Fania chicane we go. Let's see how he does here as he dabs on the brakes into 5th gear. not really tidy through that particular part of the track there for Timmy Boy. Let's see if he's up or down in the first sector as he makes his way towards the end of the middle sector. He is 3/10 up in this middle sector here. But like FaZe Dennis, he needs to find a bit more time in the last sector as Polly goes up into P2. Unexpectedly there from the Aston Martin. Great lap time there from the Dutchman. And let's see if that stays only a few hundreds slower there. That's Happy Meals in P4. FaZe Dennis, we know, has completed his lap time. Here comes Timmy Boy towards the final two corners we go. Let's see then if the Haas can take pole as he makes his way towards the line. He can't. It's only P4, but he's behind his teammate of FaZe Dennis. So Haas P3 and P4 as ART David then with the DRS wide open for him as he goes or stays in P7, does improve, but not his position. Timmer, unfortunately, invalidates, goes off the circuit. It's Sheeper Gamer, who's only got one lap only to try and make this count as he makes his way down towards the line. Let's see if this is pole for him. No, it's not. It's P6, so disappointment there as RJ comes towards the final corner at the Buster chicane with the DRS wide open as he crosses the line now. A 42.4 for him, and he goes up into P9 ahead of Timmer. So I think Sheepy Gamer will be disappointed considering he was quickest in Q2, but only had the one lap to perform. It was a bit scruffy in the final corner, but that's qualified, done and dusted. Hopefully we're in for a good race. I will go to the toilet very quickly. Here we go then. The light's about to go off here in Spa. We are underway at the Belgian Grand Prix. The Alpine gets a decent start off the line, but under pressure from the Haas in second. Here he is, going in towards turn one. As we see contact between both Aston Martin drivers, as one of us has been pushed down the order. And now we head on to the main straight as we go through the Eau Rouge and Randion. Timmy Boy gets ahead of his teammate as we head down towards the top of Eau Rouge and Randion in the slipstream. No DRS, of course, as Happy Meal is right behind the Williams. But more importantly, let's see what happens going down towards the Calm, as Stefan just has a bit of distance between himself and second place, not to get out of drag. RJ's gone up into P6, overtakes both of them as we head down towards La Source. We go, the Calm, sorry. All this contact, Ninja's gone down the order, unfortunately, after a great qualifying, and now he's been pushed down the order into P12, so not good there. A bit of contact going into the first few corners of this Grand Prix, as we've seen plenty of before. Oh, the Red Bull is almost, lost the car, but saves it. But he has dropped down the order. That's RJ, who's been demoted down into P10 then, so bad start from him. A few people struggling in the early exchange of this Grand Prix. High is definitely struggling in P19, as he's at the back of the field there, but at the front, Stefan will have a difficult time defending from both Hasses there. He had an amazing start. I think both Hasses swapped places, didn't they, between FaZe Dennis and Timmy Boy, so they were in a bit of a fuffle between themselves. But now they're in second and third. They can work together to try and chase after Stefan, as Stefan will be under massive pressure. Who is his teammate? It's Dean down to P17 as Sam and Ninja having a bit of a blow going down there. As look at these two go side by side. The Blonchimon right now as Timmy Boy versus Stefan. And here comes the other Hassman. Bats off, of course. Doesn't want to make it through your burst. Like Diastin Morton down the inside. Almost contact between himself and the Hassman there as he goes a bit wide in the corner. Ferrari is pitted. That's Timmy who's pitted in this Grand Prix. As Timmy Boy now leads this race there are the tyre compounds. And here comes Dennis from the inside in towards turn 1. Here comes the Aston Monster on the inside too. Great move. It's a Haas 1-2 now. Phase Dennis and Timmy Boy got a pass, but Stefan can use the DRS on the back of both of them as the Aston Monster and Williams are going side by side. But Sheepy Gamer is up into P4 now as the Aston Martin tries to go down the inside but couldn't quite do so. The two soft runners in P6 and P7, that's LS3 and Energy Boy. As here comes Stefan now, will he be boxed in as we go wheel to wheel on the straight, but Stefan is blocked. He has nowhere to go and has to stay behind the two Hasses for the time being. This great car placement for both Hasses there as they keep Stefan in P3. So much happening as here comes a Sauber down the inside as Happy Meal went a bit wide out of I think it's Brussels, and let's see if Energy Boy can take advantage of the Aston Martin. No, he can't quite do so, so he has to stay behind him, but a few people making mistakes. Look at this, they're all so tightly bunched up here, a Constantino effect, but FaZe Dennis is doing a Mike because Mike held up a lot of people as there's contact going into these corners here as it's getting a bit messy into these corners. And here comes the Sauber now on the inside. Energy Boy and LS3, they're all fighting so hard, but FaZe Dennis is blocking these guys. Timmy Boy is pulling away from the rest of the field. As we see that Energy Boy versus LS3, they're both on a soft compound tyre, so they need... Oh, he goes off into the grass there. Very odd place to do that. But Sheepy Gamer now has overtaken Stefan, puts himself into P3. But I think Stefan now back down the inside in the bus stop chicane. He goes. LS3 versus Apollo in the final corner as we go. There's a bit of counter steer there from Stefan, and he gets shuffled down to P4. So Paul to P5 now. Here comes Happy Meal around the outside in towards turn 1. He goes. Can he make the move stick then as we watch these two continue their battle out of turn 1 as Stefan just gets ahead for the time being, a car left ahead before Rouge already on. Hello Racing Nerd, how are you mate? I know you let your grandparents because you said so, but welcome, how are you doing? Nice to see you in the chat. As we see Stefan now side by side with Sheepy Gamer as we head down towards the Conway Go. He gets what he sends up the inside, but will there be contact? Can he make it unscathed? They can, as Sheepy Gamer just stays ahead for the time being. This is great battling. Het gaat goed met mij. Dankjewel. Happy Meal taps the back of Stefan going in towards Brussels, but that's the first lap. Did both Aston Martins make contact with each other? I'm not quite sure. There was somebody who definitely went for a spin almost in turn number 1, but so much happened, it was really hard to catch up as Ninja goes down the order in P17, so what a horrific race for him in this Grand Prix as we see the top 5 once again battle away as here comes Sheepy Gamer down the inside. There's contact between those two as luckily they get unscathed as no further contact is made as Happy Meal is looking to fall away past Stefan. Happy Meal is my Happy Meal. Yeah, I'm not going to read that out. I thought you said something else then, but here we are on the back straight once again. As you can see, Sheepy Gamer in harvest mode with the flashing light at the back of the car. Usually mean they're derated down the straight, just trying to save the battery up, but they're all bunched up behind FaZe Dennis as we head down towards the bus stop chicane we go. Here comes the Aston Martin now looking for a way around the outside, and let's see that there's contact made there as he understeers in the side pod of Stefan. And here comes his teammate there. Both Aston Martins swap places as they go up into P5. Ooh, contact is made and he almost spins the car, loses traction at the exit of turn 1 as he gets shuffled into P6 there. So I don't think the move was on. He was a bit too far back to make a move on Stefan as he outbroke himself. And now he's lost the place towards his teammates. Indeed. There were two soft runners outside the top 10. Energy Boy now has been pushed into P11. So unfortunately for those soft runners, can't really capitalise as we head down towards the Conway Go. Sheepy Gamer and FaZe Dennis are swapping places there as Sheepy Gamer tries to do the switchback, but FaZe Dennis covers him off. These guys are fighting so hard, but FaZe Dennis is doing his teammate a favour as he's allowing Timmy Boy to pull away and break away out of the DRS threat. So Timmy Boy has been helped by his teammate as he can now relax in fresh air and try and bud that gap as much as he can. But his teammate P2 then, defended from these guys, created a big blockade, a massive traffic jam for these guys behind, a huge headache for those people that want to progress further. But unfortunately, they can't because there's a Haas in their way. Oh, did somebody go for a spin there? I thought somebody lost the back of the car in the final chicane. As we sweep through now, Stavel, there we go. We phase Dennis under massive pressure as he goes off the circuit, and now Sheepy Gamer is up into P2 and Phase Dennis has been shuffled into P6, so understeered out the corner as there's yellow flags down there. Here comes LS3 and Phase Dennis, but here comes Happy Meal around the outside of Stefan in towards Blanchimon we go, headed down towards the Buster chicane now. Let's see who's deep on the brakes. It is the Aston Martin, who's just a bit later, but Stefan maintains the inside line. But of course, on the outside gets better traction, and Happy Meal now up into P3. Now the Haas is out of the way, who's been shuffled into P7, and here comes RJ on the inside of David as Polly's on the inside of Stefan. So the pole sitter has been pushed backwards into P5. Not a great start for him, but he takes P4 away. Now they go wheel to wheel, but the Aston Martin just backs out as the DRS will be enabled on this straight then to see who gets past who, as the DRS then wide open on the Camel Straight. Here comes Happy Meal, and here comes Stefan. The Williams is defenceless. Nice helicopter cam as Stefan goes up the inside of the Aston Martin in towards Lacombe. They go, bit of contact made. The Williams goes through. The other Aston Martin goes through. Heading towards turn 7 they go, as Stefan went from P2 to P5 again. So unfortunately, that contact's been put backwards again as LS3 stuck in this train, unable to go forwards on those soft compound tyres, as it's very difficult to try and overtake in a DRS train because they're essentially carrying the same speed down the street and there's no way through. But Timmy Boy has the gap over 3 seconds. Can he maintain that though? That's the question. Does he have the outright pace to try and build that gap over 3 seconds, not to get those guys back in the DRS train, because there's a huge DRS train. Sheepy Gamer has got a 3-second penalty, as you can see that the Aston Martin and the Alpine make contact as one of them picks up a 3-second penalty, and Sheepy Gamer picks himself up a 3-second penalty. That's a big mistake from Stefan, who is now 1 second away from Sheepy Gamer, but he should get himself back in DRS range. As we see then, LS3 and Phase Dennis swap places there as we head down towards the Boston chicane we go. All these guys are getting the elbows out. Surprised nobody crashed out a sponge just yet in this race, because they've all been so close to contact, if not pushed each other off the track. But now with the DRS wide open on the main straight, headed down towards turn 1. Happy Meal in P2 is unable to close that gap down. That's what happens when the DRS train breaks, because you have to think about defending rather than attacking. Both RBs swap places. As you can see, David now goes up into P10 ahead of his teammate Awaldi in a P11 there. As we climb towards Rouge Radio we go. DRS once again enabled, as we see the Williams of Sheepy Gamer should get past the Aston Martin quite easily, but the Aston Martin defends, force him to go more right than he would have wanted, as Sheepy Gamer is out to P2. Enzo is the Red Bulls off the circuit. This reminds me of 2016 as RJ gets a 3-second penalty. As you can see, there's contact behind, and they're both in the wall together. That's both RBs have made contact. One resets the track, the other one gets going once again as David has retired on the track and left the session as he's rage quit. What do you think? And maybe get a PC. Well, good luck to you, mate, if you get a PC. Hopefully it goes well for you. I know PC is a little bit quicker than console, so let's see then how it goes for you. But I wish you the best of luck. And all. I think that's a Dutch saying there. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to translate it in English. Savien, what's that mean in English? But here we are then on the straight once again. I wonder that the Haas of Phase Dennis has done a mega job as how you're back, says Racing Nerd. I know what that means. It means shut up in English. As we head down towards the Boston chicane we go. Massive chain behind Sheepy Gamer. Timmy Boy is pulling away. He's got the dream start because his Haas teammate Phase Dennis has done a mega job to block these guys. We saw this with Mike and Fireblaze yesterday. When Fireblaze started on the soft compound tyres, his teammate Mike held the rest, but Fireblaze's soft compound tyres faded away very quickly. It means something like from the back or something. I don't think I know what I don't think I know. I think I know. Let me speak English. I don't think I want to know what that means. But here comes the Aston Martin. Here comes the RP, the Williams then. It might be vulnerable down the straight, but overtaken by the Aston Martin, but no, Sheepy Gamer defends that beautifully as he swings around the outside in towards turn 7. We go. Can he maintain the outside line? Yes, he can. And here comes Stefan on the Aston Martin going down towards Brazil. We go as they're wheel to wheel, and Stefan there trying to get ahead, but he can't quite do so. Despite having no DRS, Sheepy Gamer did a mega job to stay in P2 as Enzo Ferrari, so Enzo Max overtakes LS3. And here comes the Red Bull of RJ now, back up the inside, in towards P1 we go. You don't really see many moves being made there, but he made it cleanly. And now he's up into P8 after unfortunately spinning out earlier in the Grand Prix 2. So let's have a look at the most lost and most gained in this race. Enzo, 8 places. Great start for him. RJ stayed where he started in P8. Stefan's lost 3 places. And that those Hasses really caused me a massive headache, because when they swap places, and that's when FaZe Dennis decided to become the rear gunner and started holding up everybody behind and allowed Timmy Boy to pull a gap of 3 seconds. It's been 3 seconds constantly ever since that FaZe Dennis dropped down to P6 after a mistake at Stabilo when he went out wide. Same with Stefan, who dropped at the exit of Stabilo yesterday in the wet conditions. As FaZe Dennis then pits in this race, I think he started with medium compound tyres. That's an early pit stop there. LS3, who's going from soft to medium then, as we know. That's the usual tyre strategy around here. As we exit the last source in the first corner then, a Sheepy Gamer will be under massive pressure once again. He defended really well, despite having no DRS from the guys behind. As we now watch these guys climb towards the top of who's already on. DRS enabled down this back straight again. And here comes the Aston Martins 3 abreast as the Williams gets swamped as Stefan and Happy Meal going side by side in towards their common to go. The Alpine's a bit late to the place. Here comes the Williams on the outside. Contact made. And the Aston Martin also made contact. And he spins the car. And Hesian ahead of Ambition there, unfortunately. As Sheepy Gamer now is side by side with the other Aston Martin headed down towards Brazil they go. Are they going to go in the wall? No, they're not, but they went to the gravel. At least the Sheepy Gamer did. As the Charts go side by side in a tight corner, like no name. So elbows out between all these guys here. Not ideal for those guys at all, as they lost a lot of time now towards Stefan. So Stefan has been free. He's up into P2. Is there any way you can catch Timmy Boy? Timmy Boy has done a mega job so far to maintain this race and keep the gap out of DRS range. But now Stefan's been released, nobody's pressuring from behind. Let's see, has the Alpine driver got the outright pace to try and catch after our leader? We'll find out later on in the Grand Prix if he does or not. Now the driver can afford any mistake whatsoever, as Happy Meal has a bit of a twitch going out of Bloodshy mod there. As Timmy Boy is in the pit lane, followed by Stefan. And that's an early call indeed. These guys go from mediums to hards then as they switch over to the hard compound tyres. FaZe Dennis to the undercut pretty early down there in P10. Let's see where he rejoins in relative to other people. 18 drivers still remain in this race after we've seen plenty of chaos and contact between all of these guys. Elbows out. Very aggressive stuff indeed between all these drivers. Division 2 drivers. As what do you please, says Benend. What's up, mate? As let's see then, where does FaZe Dennis rejoin? He rejoins in P8 as Polly has overtaken RJ, puts himself up into P3 now. But in the background, FaZe Dennis has rejoined in P8, 1.6 seconds away. He was last in that DRS trailer. Stefan warms up his hard compound tyres, trying to regenerate the energy, but the gap is 2.2, so Timmy Boy has lost a bit of time. The gap was 3 seconds before, so 9/10 has been gained from Stefan towards Timmy Boy. As Villiers for the win, says Oracle. So let's see then, can the Red Bull driver win this race? It might be a bit difficult with the 3 second penalty, consider where he is right now in P4, behind Sheepy Gamer, Enzo Max and Polly, as Stefan has a massive twitch going out of the final chicane there, trying to warp up his hard compound tyres, trying to get to optimum window. He's pushing very hard, Stefan. Try and bring that gap down to 1 second to get in his DRS range and try and fight him later on in the Grand Prix. Who do you think is going to win? And how is Stefan P7? Well, he pitted, that's why he's in P7, as Polly and Sheepy Gamer has pitted right now. But who do I think is going to win? Well, if no safety car influences this, I think Timmy Boy as long as he stays over a second ahead of Stefan. Try not to get him his DRS range. As you can see, the rest of the drivers, they're pitting, as there's yellow flags down there. And let's see who that is. It's Sem who's gone for a spin out of the final chicane. That's Stavolo, sorry. I think he definitely needs to pit there in P2. So these guys, they're the top three who stayed out there, elongated their first stint on the medium compound tyres. And let's see then how long they opted to take these mediums before they go on the hard compound tyres. Remember, a 22-lap race around here. The race distance is shorter due to this track being so long. I think Stefan, because he was P5 in Tier 1 with front wheel damage the whole race. You know what, that's a good point now. Stefan's got some mighty pace, and talking about him, he's 1.7 seconds behind, if you remember, and now somebody else has gone for a spin. Who is that down there? Is that Hayes who went for a spin? Maybe. I don't want to point out names, I'm not quite sure, but 27 people watching. Oh my goodness me. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. It really means a lot. All you guys are absolute legends, and thank you so much for joining and tuning in as well. It means a lot to me. LS3 is right behind Sheepy Gamer. He should dispatch him easily. Well, I say easily. He's on the medium compound tyres, of course, a bit softer than the hard compound tyres. But we'll see then. Can LS3 get on the back of him? It's the commentary that's goated. Do you know what? I am ill. This is not my best commentary performance, and I know, yeah, I could do way better than this, but I'm tone deaf, and I'm also ill at the moment. So when I'm fully recovered, my commentary will be a lot better than this. And now we're headed towards the Boston chicane. AMS kick is in. Thank you so much, your kind comments. But AMS kick is here. LS3 has good EOS. Yes, he does in P9. He's on the medium compound tyres. Those really can go towards the other course, but I think Sheepy Gamer's tyres will be a bit better. What's the personal strategy? Is it mediums to hards, or hards to mediums, or soft to mediums? Because the hard compound tyres for me in the past hasn't really been a good tyre. It usually doesn't develop a lot of good grip around here on this abrasive circuit. Will you be the commentator tomorrow for Tier 3? Do you know what, mate? I do too much commentary. I commentate every single day except Sunday. Here comes Happy Meal on the inside of turn into P6 he goes. It means a lot to also be a mod of the best commentator in the whole esport history. I'm not the best commentator. No, I'm just here to commentate. I know I'm not the best. I'm not trying to be the best. I'm just trying to do my thing and give you guys the entertainment. The hard compound is a very good F1 tyre. I know, but what I'm saying is that the hard compound tyres on like Silverstone or Spa hasn't really, in its past history, been a good tyre, as Volks gets a 3-second penalty now. But what I'm saying is that the soft to medium strategy might work around here, because every time I've been on the hard compound tyres, I like the hards in different tracks, of course, because they're the best tyre. The medium to compound tyres, when they go, they start sliding around quite a lot, generating a lot of tyre temperature, sliding so much when they get old. But the hard compound tyres are so durable, even when they get old, it's still a very good tyre to be on at the same time, because in other tracks, mediums to hards, you can use the mediums at the start, get rid of them. Oh, who's that getting so close? Here we are down towards the bus-stop chicane we go. That's Happy Meal under massive pressure from Sheepy Gamer and Dennis right behind. There's contact, that's a McLaren. LS3 has gone for a spin, and he goes for another spin as well. Oh, it's a shame for LS3 there down in P10, as if he was a bit optimistic going down towards the bus-stop chicane. But Enzo Max has a bitter, neither has a Waldy in P2, so the top two stay out there. Surely these guys are going to go from mediums to soft, because there's no point pitting on the hard compound tyres right now with about 8 laps to go. Let's see then how long they're going to go on these medium compound tyres. Sheepy Gamer right behind Happy Meal. He puts himself into P5 right now. Timmy Boy is right behind Ewaldi then, so he needs to get past him as quick as he can, because if he doesn't, Stefan will catch him. So let's see how long it will take for the Haas to get past the RB. Indigo for IRL F1 commentator in 5 years. That's a good question. Do you know what? I've thought about it. People have thought about it. Then why would you use the hards after? Not on this track, but yeah, I said soft, yeah, but I did say soft compound tyres. But here we are then, as we head down towards the front chicane. You can see Timmy Boy is getting blocked by the RB. And here comes Stefan. The gap is 1.5 seconds there, so the more the Haas gets hold up, the better for Stefan there. So Stefan needs to catch up, whilst the RB is holding up the Haas. And let's see then, finally with the overtake button, pulls the left hand side as he'll get past the RB driver before Blanchimon as he puts himself into P2. Has lost him a lot of time, of course. But let's see then, will it have any consequences? Here comes the RB unexpectedly now, side by side with the Haas. So he's not giving up as we head towards the braking zone. Not ideal there for Timmy Boy. But as we head at the final corner, there's an RB, I think, who's just gone for a spin, I think. Or is it a Red Bull? So Enzo Max is on a set of soft compound tyres right now. That's the mediums to softs strategy being implemented in this race. But crucially, Stefan is in the DRS range of Timmy Boy. This is going to be exciting. And this could be a very exciting race towards the end now, because Stefan's caught up towards Timmy Boy. When you're in somebody's DRS, it's hard to pull away. But Awadi comes back. He's back into P1. Not ideal there for Timmy Boy. Now he can get blocked by the RB driver. Even though he's on better tyres, he's not able to dispatch him easy. That's how powerful the DRS is. But he hits the back of him. As now Timmy Boy finds himself Stefan with all over the back of him. There is 10 laps to go in this race, but Stefan has a huge lock-up going down towards turn 7. They can be very careful as well. The rear brakes just snatched on him as he went down the corner. Enzo will win. You think? Where is Enzo? P8. Let's see the gap to leader. The gap is 9 seconds. Catching is one thing, and overtaking is another thing. Timmy needs to overtake. He needs to overtake. Awadi slowing everybody down. Maybe that's karma. No, I'm joking. Awadi gets a 3-second penalty. But if you were with us, what happened was it was a Haas 1-2. FaZe Dennis was second place, and he held up everybody. That's why there was a big gap in the field. And now Timmy Boy has a taste of his own medicine. I'm only joking, of course, only having banter between you guys. But now Timmy Boy is all over the back of Awadi. Can't get past him still, despite being on newer tyres. He's been really held up here, and this is bringing Sheepy Gamer and Happy Meal. This could be a big DRS trade for first place, and I'm all for it. Who goes deep in the background? That is Sheepy Gamer, who goes wide, and Happy Meal is up into P4. Stefan and team need to overtake us straight so they can pull away. Exactly, but they can't. Awadi, despite being on all medium compound tyres, and here comes Timmy Boy now side by side as the Aston Martin goes deep in towards turn 1 they go. As we go wheel to wheel between these two. It's DRS games between those guys. As now Timmy Boy goes up into P1 and the Aston Martin, oh, he was so close there. On here comes the Williams. Sheepy Gamer with a bold move around the outside. The RB has no DRS as he gets swamped on the straight. And here comes Stefan now. Will he take the lead in the Grand Prix? He doesn't. He backs off the time being as there's contact there. The RB's been spun around in a 360. And surely now he should pit because he's got a broken end plate. But what a bold move from Sheepy Gamer in P3. FaZe Dennis is back in this fight despite making a big mistake at Stavolo it was. Let's have a look at Enzo's pace down there. The gap to leader, 5.5 seconds. Do you remember a lap ago the gap was 8 seconds? Now it's 5.4, so about 3 seconds gained in one lap there for the Ferrari driver. It's Enzo Max. Oh, that's a bit of a stretch there, I dare say, with about 8 laps left to go in the Grand Prix. 5-second gap. Can he do it? He may be able to catch, but overtaking could be a difficult thing indeed, as the great Murray Walker would say. Williams spun in the pit lane there. Paul Sem, who has gone for a spin. LS3 picks himself up a 3-second penalty, but this is going to get very interesting indeed. Maybe it could be a double Haas podium, and Haas need these points because they could catapult towards first place. As we head towards the bus stop chicane we go. He has pace for now, maybe podium. Are you talking about Enzo in P8? The gap is 4.8 and he's overtaking Awadi. Awadi has pitted. Staying out there on the all mini compound tyres, of course. The race distance is shorter after being a long circuit. It's 22 laps this Grand Prix, so not a lot of laps, it must be said. As the race flies by here in Spa-Francorchamps as they climb towards the hill through Eau Rouge and Radio. Stefan has caught up to Timmy Boy. The gap was 3 seconds early on in this Grand Prix, but due to Stefan's pace and Awadi helping him too, he's able to close that gap down as we head now towards Le Con we go. Enzo 5.6 seconds back as RJ has overtaken Polly for P8 as they go wheel to wheel in the braking zone as the Red Bull driver is up into P8. Stefan gonna save tyres so he can be in P2. He can overtake last lap in the straight and then pull away. But sometimes that's not always the case, because let's say that if he stays in P2, the guys behind will try and force him to overtake. So P2, he's not really comfortable there so far, even though he doesn't have a penalty, because the guys behind will force him to overtake because they don't want him stationary in P3. I've experienced myself plenty of times when I try to stay somebody's DRS, but the guy behind me forces me to overtake the guy ahead, so he can try and climb up the ladder and work your way through in the race. Enzo's pace won't last long. He might get close. And the gap is 4 seconds to leader. Remember, I put the gap to leader. If you wanted towards interval or leader, just let me know what the personal preference is. He's 1.2 seconds away from Energy Boy, sorry. Here we are, heading down towards the bus chicane, 2 by 2 between the leaders as we head down towards the finals corners. Happy Meal on the inside, there's contact there with Stefan as he pushed him deep. And now he's up into P2. Not ideal for Stefan, but he's ghosted through him. Now he's inside him as he puts himself back into P2 to see how break him. So no, he doesn't, but there's a bit of contact there. And now Sheepy Gamer's gone through. So Stefan, despite being in a great place in P2 to use the DRS to back in Timmy Boy, those two have forced themselves through. And now Stefan's been shuffled down into P4, but with a chance of a DRS. Here comes Stefan now, overtaken on the crash, tried to do an Alex Albon in sorry about that, I lost my voice. In 2019. As now Stefan puts himself back into P3, crucially now ahead of the Williams driver. As now Polly puts himself into P8. Where's Enzo? Enzo is right behind Energy Boy in P6. Energy Boy has done a great job so far in this Grand Prix. Haven't really talked much about him. Started 12th. Enzo started down in 15th place up into P7. So great job there from him, as the already gets past the brand new set of the soft compound tyres, I presume. Yeah, it is soft compound tyres. As there is 6 laps left to go in this race, Timmy Boy still leads in a big advantage in the early doors, but that advantage been wiped away ever since the warning got in the way. That gap been brought down dramatically, under a second indeed, as Stefan puts Happy Meal under massive pressure. He needs to get past him to focus on Timmy Boy ahead. He's got the Williams and Sheepy Gamer right behind and Faith Dennis in P5 too. So under a lot of stress and pressure, it's all about how methodical you are in terms of overtaking. Where are you going to overtake in the last stages? Can you keep the guys behind? Are you good at managing your battery as well? But we'll see what happens going down into the final few laps of this Grand Prix. Enzo is ahead of Energy Boy as now he heads up into P6. The gap is 2.8 there between the guys behind. And here comes Stefan. A risky move on the outside of turn 1. Can't get it done. Maybe have to wait for Eau Rouge and Radion and the Camel Straight to outdrag him and put himself back into P2. 5 laps left to go. The battle is on for the lead of the Grand Prix between Timmy Boy, Stefan, potentially Faith Dennis in P5. I'm surprised the Faith Dennis has been quite passive in P5. Not really attacking, but here they are, the double slipstream as we head down towards the Cov. They go side by side between Happy Meal and Stefan. Very crucial not to make contact. He doesn't do so, and now he puts himself into P2. Oh, on top of the hill, one's in the gravel, and now once again Faith Dennis is up into P3. A double Haas podium potentially now as Stefan and Happy Meal make contact. This is going bad to worse for Stefan, unfortunately, in P4. He's having to work so hard in this race. The pressure's being ramped up. All these guys attacking him. What can he do in this Grand Prix to try and win? And here comes the Aston Martin. There's contact there between those two. That's a very risky move indeed between Happy Meal and Stefan. Timber has left the session, retired in the pit lane too, but this race is getting chaotic every single second. It could be a Haspod 2 now, as it was at the start of the Grand Prix. Faith Dennis, slowly but surely, has clawed his way back through the order. This has been a dramatic race indeed, and it could get even more dramatic. Boy, this is what exactly Stefan needs. Here comes the other Haas, but backs out of it as the two go side by side in the breakers. There we go. So close there, bit of contact made. Stefan has lost it. In the final corner, Stefan's lost it, and here comes the Williams now side by side with Timmy Boy as we head down towards turn 1 we go. Timmy Boy just a bit late on the brakes there, goes a bit wide as well for good measure as Happy Meal, something happened to him. He is ghosted, but Stefan, that's massive shame. Enzo is up into P5 now. He has joined his party in the Ferrari, and let's see, is there any chance for him to win this Grand Prix now on those sets of compound tyres? The softs shouldn't be too bad, but we'll see then who is the best place to right time. And look at this, then the two Williams go side by side there, Haas and the Williams, but not able to make a move. LS3 is retired in the pit lane. The safety car! A safety car has been deployed. He has crashed in Eau Rouge Radion as we ride on board with the Sauber now. Another twist in this race. Oh my goodness me, this race is going to get even more dramatic because it's going to be a sprint towards the end. Maybe a lap of DRS, but now this race is going to get out of hand, I dare say. I'm not quite sure what will happen towards the end, but I think these guys... Let's see then if these guys will pit or not. Sometimes... I'm not quite sure. Let's see what happens at the end of this lap. Will these guys go in the pit lane and put on a brand new set of soft power tyres if they have it at their disposal to use? Sometimes it's not always good to pit towards near the end of the Grand Prix because I've seen it before where people have struggled to get through on people, but we'll see then what will happen towards the end of this race. This has been a mega race to commentate. I need somebody with me because I've had to keep an eye on all these guys as Polly gets a 10-second penalty with RJ. That's a collision between those two there. But all these guys dive in to the pit lane to put on a brand new set of soft power tyres. We're about to find out now, and they don't. They have stayed out. Everybody stayed out. This is what I mean. These guys are staying out because they don't want to lose track position, just in case the guys behind stay out, because I've seen scenarios and been involved in myself. However, crucially, P6 downwards have pitted. So let me explain something then. So when a safety car comes out towards the end, it's not always best to pit because oh, the Aston Martin goes off in the gravel there and almost takes out the Haas, but luckily it does not. I want to commentate with you, but don't have the game, so need to be in share screen with you. That's gonna be a bit hard, but maybe. I got to share screen and stream at the same time. Maybe a bit of internet connection issues, but sure. I've commentated with a lot of Dutch people in the past. I've commentated with a lot of them. Dutch people are amazing to commentate with. The energy, the passion, and also they're very good at speaking English as well, as I've noticed before. Very good at commentating in English, but yeah, appreciate the support on the stream. So what I want to say is that sometimes it's not always best to pit towards in the Grand Prix because you've got a lot to lose, especially at the front of the field, because if you pit, the guys behind you could stay out and take track position, and you only have about 1 or 2 laps try and overtake, if you can indeed, but sometimes it might be a bit difficult because all the battery will be used, the guys ahead will be difficult to overtake because they know a chance of a podium or a win's there. But Stefan is now on a set of soft compound tyres in P6. Could he be the one to watch towards the end of the Grand Prix? And who is the usual Div 2 commentator, Tier 2 commentator? Because I've listened to his commentary in Dutch. I don't know what he's saying, but I know he's a good commentator. Barackle, are you still supporting, well, not supporting, are you still hoping that RJ is going to win the Grand Prix, P8? He's got a 3-second penalty, but wish him the best. Energy Boy is on the bonus set of mini compound tyres. The top 4 have stayed out. Mel's is the commentary. Do you know what? I want to commentate with him one day. I do believe he speaks English, so I want to commentate with him one day. Somebody send him a message right now and tell him I want to commentate with him one day because he sounds like a very good commentator. I understand some words in Dutch as well. Why are those two swapping places there? And Milan Langer. What a goat. Milan Langer, the Tier 1 commentator, a great friend. Enzo, best strategy ever. We'll see then towards the end of the Grand Prix. What will happen? The trajectory of this race has been completely changed. We're about to see some carnage involved. The safety car will stay out for one more lap. Put in the comment section right now, who is going to win the Belgian Grand Prix? Do you know what? Faze Dennis in P3. Could he help his teammate massively and hold up the softness behind, like he did in the first stint? Maybe you have to be the sacrificial pig in there. Sorry, Milan, Duncan and Indigo commentate maybe. Well, I've commentated with 3 people once, and that was difficult. Stefan or Dennis is going to win the Grand Prix. What about Timmy Boy? You have no faith in him? But anyways, I don't know what's going to happen. This is live sport. We love it. I'm about to find out what happens now. Ball prediction. Timmy to win a Grand Prix. Sheepy won't make podium. Yeah, Sheepy might not make it because 1, he's on old tyres. 2, he's got a 3-second penalty. So I believe Sheepy Gamer won't score a podium. I don't know who's going to win this Grand Prix now. I want to say Stefan in P6. But maybe Timmy Boy could hold off the guys behind, because Dennis would do Timmy Boy a massive favour. And once again, why are those two swapping places, Thomas and Polly? What are those guys doing down there? Kick, the Williams driver, will be supporting Sheepy Gamer. How are you doing, Kick? Kick, last season champion in Tier 1, of course. And he hasn't won a Grand Prix yet this season. His teammate Lucas has took the victory, but Kick is still yet to win in Division 1. This season, it must be said. But there could be 2 laps left of racing, and my voice, well, definitely needs changing after this Grand Prix. Expect a lot of chaos, expect a lot of desperate drivers. There's going to be a lot of people desperate, as they know a chance for a podium or a race win is there within their grasp. We've seen it plenty of times when a safety car comes out late, elbows out, it's all or nothing between these drivers. The safety car is in at the end of this lap, and we'll see what the last 2 laps has in store for us. It's the 2 Hassers who've had the pendulum throughout the whole race, but it could change, as the guys behind the stock car power tyres could be the ones that have the pendulum towards their way. And we'll see. Can FaZe Dennis do his teammate a massive favour? Can Timmy Boy get the win? I don't see this ending well. I really don't see this ending well in the last 2 laps. I think there's only 1 lap of DRS, surely. And that will be the last lap of the Grand Prix, so DRS will be active on the last lap of this race. As now, Timmy Boy has decided to go, unusually, as we head down towards the Buster chicane. So any moves, no moves can be made down here, because the yellow flag is still out. You've got to overtake at the safety car point, or after it, sorry, the first white line. But here we go again, as we head down towards turn 1 we go. Here comes Stefan around the outside of the Aston Martin, but here comes Enzo. Enzo's up into P4, contact's made. Stefan is in the gravel, and Happy Meal's been shuffled into P6 now. Enzo, optimistic move as we go up towards Eau Rouge and Radion. The gap is 1.2 already, as the Sauber's right behind, as we see the Aston Martin driver, as Herquist's FaZe Dennis now pulls to the right hand side, but he can't get past, as Sheepy Gamer uses a bit more ERS there, as Enzo's been down into P6 now, as Happy Meal's got past him, as we overtook him for P5, so this has not gone well for those people on the soft compound tyres at all in this race. But the top 3 all in close contention. A Williams in a Haas sandwich there. It could be a double Haas 1-2, as there's contact going down towards Brussels. Stefan, unfortunately, has lost out big time, looking to go forwards, but went backwards after he got shoved on the gravel in towards turn 1, sorry. Stefan is up the inside. Enzo gets a 3 second time, so a chance for a race win has gone for him. And Stefan, with those new soft power tyres with better grip in these corners, but stuck behind. I don't think he's going to win this Grand Prix, and he's gone out wide too, so under massive pressure from the Aston Martin right behind again, as we see the 2 go side by side in towards turn 14 we go. RJ's ahead of F1 Thomas. F1 Thomas hasn't got a penalty in this race, watch out for him later on. Energy Boy gets past Dennis, and here comes the Sauber on the outside in towards Blanchimon. He goes, he tries to do a double overtake, 3 for 1. He's up into first place. What an incredible move from him, as Timmy Boy is still around the outside. Energy Boy went from P4 to P1 in the space of 1 corner, and now Sheepy Gamer is looking to pressurise him as we head down towards turn 1. The other Sauber is out of the Grand Prix. The Red Bull of Hayes has spun at the Buster chicane we go. Stefan is up the inside of the Aston Martin. There he is. Stefan is right behind this battle, but could it be a bit too late as they go wheel to wheel now. Happy Meal versus Stefan as we head towards Eau Rouge and Radion, as Stefan can't make that move. And here comes the Aston Martin now of Polly, but we head back towards the front to see Timmy take the lead of the Grand Prix again. And here comes the Williams with the overspeed. Here he is, and look at Sheepy Gamer now around the outside in towards turn 4 we go, side by side. Can they make it out cleanly? Yes they can. Bit of contact made there to go with 3 at best. Up towards turn 7 they go, but Timmy Boy just stays ahead of Sheepy Gamer. Timmy Boy had to overtake and defend immediately as Sheepy Gamer was coming at him. And Rayton, here comes the Sauber around the outside in towards No Name they go as they go wheel to wheel. Energy Boy takes the lead on the Grand Prix again. What an incredible move there from Energy Boy to put himself back into first place. It's a shame he's got a 3 second penalty because those moves have been wonderful indeed to see. As Stefan into P10, he goes back to worse there for the Dutchman. He tried so hard, but only got so far. As Thomas is ahead of Enzo, puts himself into P7. Watch out for Thomas towards the end too. He could get up to P4, I believe. Maybe P3. Actually, Thomas will get a P3. F1 Thomas out of nowhere could get a P3, but here comes Sheepy Gamer now. Wheel to wheel with the Haas as he puts himself into P2. This is great racing, and now Thomas puts himself into P6, side by side with the Aston Martin driver as we head down towards Blanchimont we go. In towards the Bush chicane, here comes the Aston Martin. Oh, he makes contact there with Timmy Boy, and the Williams has spun. And here comes Energy Boy, across the line we go, in towards the final corner, as it's a Haas 1-2, and Thomas is up into P3. Timmy Boy wins the Belgian Grand Prix after a fantastic race there from both Haasses, as Thomas, from nowhere, starts at P16, it's up into P3. Oh my goodness me, what a final 2 corners that was, final 2 laps. Cars absolutely everywhere. Kick, I am doing well, thank you very much, mate. Thank you for asking. But what a race! What a fantastic race that was. Full of chaos, as you expected, in Division 2, and a safety car towards the end. But Energy Boy, those moves out of nowhere. Yeah, you were right, Timmy will win. That's what I mean, because on older tyres is a little bit better, because, how do I explain it? The people on newer tyres have got a lot of work to do, overtaking a lot of people, and sometimes being at the front on older tyres is better. Not all the time, it depends what track it is, and depends what scenario you're in. But Thomas, should I say driver of the day, P16 to P3? Oh, what a shame for Stefan in P4 there. He'll be absolutely furious. He has worked so hard in this race to try. Oh my goodness me, I feel sorry for Stefan. He's tried so hard in this Grand Prix, he really did. He put all of his effort into it, but he got involved in contact left, right, centre. But Timmy Boy, great job in P1 there, sustained the pressure really well. The Sauber came at him as well. And Sheepy Gamer, the Sauber of Energy Boy, Sheepy Gamer and Timmy Boy, what a final lap that was between those two. As Dennis gets a Haas 1-2, fantastic for Haas. They will lead the Constructors' Championship at the end of this race. That depends though if penalties applied. But Thomas, well done today. P16 to P3. We didn't really see much of him in this race. I got to say that Thomas is the driver of the day, keeping it nice and clean and picking up no penalties. That's your reward sometimes. That's the beauty of motorsport. Sometimes you could be in a really bad place, but when a safety car comes out and you're very consistent with no penalties, you could be rewarded highly, and he has been indeed. Well guys, that has been a mega race to commentate. You brought out the best in me. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. You've all been legends. Dankjewel. And I'll see you all for the next race. Ik spreek je later. Tot ziens, jongen. Goedenavond. Thank you so much, everybody in the chat, and Racer was spectating with me as well, so I had a spectator with me. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed the commentary. Your support means a lot. I'll be back with you for Division 1 next week on Friday at 7:30 or 6 o'clock. Same with Division 2, maybe, potentially. Bye bye for now. I'll see you all later.